I'm Angie Young. I'm the programme leader for the BA Fashion and Costume for Performance degree here at Blackburn-on-Fylde College. We were approached by the Phoenix Dance Theatre Company to undertake a collaborative project. This was to work on an assignment to create a costume that was going to be part of a new dance that they were choreographing.
The thing that really captured me in terms of wanting to do a work on DNA was literally looking at its structure. If you're aware of the double helix as an image, you'll see that it has the two strands either side, it's got the ladders that work between it, and it has a rotation that happens. Now all of that is, for me, dance. It changes, it moves, it has all these evolution actions that happen, and it really is the discovery of life, so I kind of feel I'm right at the heart of it.
We were lucky enough to take part in rehearsals. The team came through to our studio to give us feedback on our designs, and we saw our costumes danced at the end of the project, which was a great experience for the students.
I understand that the day went really well and that you've been progressing incredibly well with the ideas. And I definitely look forward to meeting you to be able to talk about your ideas and what you've done and how you've progressed with the costume design for the ideas of repetition of change.
I didn't really have any initial ideas at the start. I kind of wanted to look into it more and develop an idea with what I found out. I started looking at the idea of DNA, since the concept behind the dance was the DNA and the shapes that the structures that the DNA formed. So I kind of looked into different structures like the double helix and different cells, but then my main inspiration came from the actual movement of the dancers.
What really kind of helped to get the concept a little more consolidated was just an image of the costume, an idea of the dress. We used that in the photo shoot, and from there on I think the ideas were growing really on their own.
Phoenix played a brilliant part in coming through to give us feedback on the start of our project, seeing design boards that we'd done and initial sketches and sketchbooks. Caris and Lorna, the designer for the group, gave us critical feedback, which was great from a professional who'd been working in the area for some time. Sometimes this was hard to take, but it was great to be able to change our designs on things that we hadn't noticed would be needed.
In terms of what I would expect to see and expect to kind of talk to you about would be the things that I would talk to any designer or choreographer about an idea for a costume. So without trying to give you too much influence your ideas already, I think I've had a very strong idea about the costume and what I wanted it to do. When you do see it, you'll see that the costume has a little less form than maybe most would expect, but it's important that the costume was able to realise a creative idea.
By looking at the body and the way that they moved, I decided that a bodysuit, kind of a onesie, would be quite ideal, because it would show the dancer's body off, all the lines that they made, all the different shapes that they made with their body. This was against what the director had initially said. They didn't really want lycra, and the only way to really do a bodysuit for a dancer is lycra, really. But I pushed ahead, and overall I think it was really effective, and I know that the dancers actually quite liked the idea of the way that I designed it. They said that it actually showed off their body a lot better than most onesies that previously had.
This project had to be fit for purpose. There was a need for movement that hadn't really been taken into account in any other projects. They were highly flexible, and that needed to be reflected in our work.
They worked quite closely with us, considering they were in the process of producing a professional show that was about to travel the UK. For us to be able to go across the Leeds and sit in a rehearsal for a professional show doesn't happen.
Professional costumes used in the tour were very different from what the class had come up with. I think initially we'd done very form-fitting, and theirs was very abstract and concept-based. Would we do it again? I think everyone would take on a more different approach.